I'm going to talk you through just a really basic beginner flow, just to get the whole body, but mainly the lower body, the hips, the low back, really mobilized before we get stuck into a workout. So we're going to start on all fours like so, and we're just going to go into cat-cow. So with this movement, we're aiming to push the spine to the ceiling, chin to the chest, pelvis forward, and then reverse that, belly button to the ground, roll the pelvis back, eyes to the sky, and then back. And we're just going to repeat this movement for the prescribed number of reps. Really just starting slowly and moving your way to end range at the top, end range at the bottom. And moving on from this movement, we're going to go into thread the needle. We're going to take one arm and we're going to push it through, aiming to get my shoulder down to the mat, cheek to the mat, and I'm pushing that through, and I'm pushing up with this hand to get some rotation. And I'm going to come up, and I'm going to rotate and open up through my thoracic spine, and then back down, and push, and then open up. Prescribed number of reps on one side, and then we change sides. So nice and solid through the grounded hand, driving through, keeping the hips up, opening up, and driving through. When we're getting to the top there, I want my eyes on my fingertips, and we're following the path of my fingertips around to really get that opening up through the chest. Now from here, we're just going to drop back into child's pose. So knees a little bit wider apart, heels come closer together, and we're going to drop back, letting the hips fall towards the ground, forward to the ground, and letting my chest fall between my shoulders. And then moving from this position up into cobra position, just letting the hips drop down. All the weight through the upper body here, letting the hips drop nice and passively to the ground. Coming back, heels back together, dropping back into child's pose. Opening up through the shoulders, letting the chest fall through. And in. And then from here, we're going to bring the feet together. We're going to move into down dog. Walk the feet forward if you have that space. And we're dropping the chest between the shoulders, tailbone to the sky. And then we're just going to transition down again into this cobra position, letting the hips drop down. And pushing back up. When we're in this position here, we can have a little play around, feel that mobility through the hip flexors, through the front of the body. And then same thing when we're up the other side, we can move the legs around, walk the feet out. Now from this position here, we're going to move into a half pigeon position. And we're just going to transition between this pigeon, moving forward into a hip flexor stretch or mobility, and then back and down. As we're coming through, you'll notice that the foot comes around, so we're in line with the knee. This foot comes forward, we're standing upright, we're pushing the hips through, activating the glute and pushing through to get that stretch through here. As we come back, that leg comes back, the foot comes back across, we're dropping this hip down to the ground, towards the ground, and then chest to the ground. Coming through, pushing forward. It's nice and slow and controlled, getting depth in each of the movements. And just noticing where it is that you might feel tight. Swapping sides now. This for me is my tight side. Just noticing that for me, this is harder for me to get down. Noticing that that's a restriction. Being aware of that. Okay, then I'm going to drop down into 90-90. So position myself 90 degrees at the hips and the knees. Then from here, I'm going to transition across to the other side. Start by using your hands. And we're just going to get that movement going to begin with. And then we're going to actually start to lean into that movement. Coming across. 90-90, then pushing chest over that knee, nose to the ground, and relaxing down into this. Try not to force it, just relaxing. And pushing down. And now we're going to move into just moving forward and up and drive the hips forward there. Feel that opening up through the hip. Down again, use your hands as you need to. Coming up and actively feeling that push through the hip to open up through the front of the hips there. All right. There we are. Just mobilise the lower back, open up through the hips, ready for your workout. Enjoy.